live stream hosted on the dark web, where a chat pays to participate in the torture and suffering of another person, until the inevitable climax where they're murdered.
Reports of local blood and guts.
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes.
Stunt performing has always lived in the space between human possibility and human risk. For more than a century, Daredevils have pushed their bodies, machines, and luck to the outer edge of what anyone would reasonably attempt. Audiences gather not simply to see danger, but to witness someone wrestle with it and survive. Someone who chooses to meet fear at full speed and still refuses to back down. From the earliest days of silent film, performers were already redefining the limits of courage. In the 1920s, Buster Keaton jumped from moving trains and leapt through collapsing buildings without the protection of modern safety gear. And though Keaton himself survived his career, many who followed him weren't as lucky. In the decades that came after, stunt work evolved into a specialized profession. But the dangers never truly faded. The industry in which the even experts can be one unexpected variable from tragedy, and Daredevil performers, those who work outside the film industry, take risk to an entirely different level. And no name resonated more than Evel Knievel, whose dozens of bone-shattering crashes earned him legendary status. Later, performers like Carol Cusack, who died after a barrel drop stunt in Niagara Falls went wrong, became cautionary examples of how thin the boundary can be between success and catastrophe. Through all these stories runs a single thread. Stunt performers understand the stakes, and they accept them in the pursuit of extraordinary feats. And extraordinary feats carry extraordinary consequences, and even in the modern era where safety is far more sophisticated, the danger is still real. Alex Harvill was born in 1992 and grew up in Washington State, a region where wide open land and motocross culture go hand in hand. From the moment he climbed into a dirt bike as a kid, the sport became more than a hobby. Friends and family recall that Alex didn't simply ride, he studied the terrain, read the angles, and understood the bike almost intuitively. As he got older, the jumps got longer, the ramps got bigger, and the ambition grew along with him. While other riders focused on racing, Alex gravitated towards distance jumping, a discipline that requires not only bravery, but mathematical precision. Every jump demands exact speed, exact lift, exact trajectory. To the untrained eye, it looks like chaos, but to a specialist like Alex, it's controlled physics. He didn't want to just ride the bike. He wanted to fly it. And by his early 20s, he was doing exactly that. In 2012, Alex performed a jump that would begin turning heads. But it was his later Guinness World Record feat, jumping 425 feet, clearing an entire gap, and landing with the confidence of a seasoned pro that cemented his name in the Daredevil world. To put that distance into perspective, it's longer than a football field, longer than many aircraft can clear during takeoff. Very few riders in history have approached those kinds of numbers, and even fewer have landed them cleanly. What Alex set apart wasn't just the distance, it was the attitude. Those who worked with him remember calm focus, not showmanship. He approached every stunt like a technician performing a delicate operation. Every angle, every tire pressure reading, every wind gust mattered. And he cared about those details because he respected the danger. But with each successful jump came the desire to push further, and as with all stunt performers, the line between ambition and risk grew much thinner. By 2021, Alex was preparing for his next major milestone, a 351 world record motorcycle jump. It was set to take place at the Moses Lake Air Show in Washington. The event wasn't just a performance, though. It was an opportunity to etch his name deeper into extreme sports history, and once again shatter his own goals. In the days leading to the jump, Alex trained with a meticulous routine. He practiced runs, studied his speed data, and checked variables like wind, ramp shape, and landing slope. Those around him described zero hesitation, only concentration. But on June 17th, during a warm-up practice run, tragedy would strike. Alex approached the ramp gaining speed for calibration, but the jump didn't go as planned. He crashed before reaching the landing area and sustained injuries that would prove fatal, and despite immediate medical assistance, Alex passed away en route to hospital. This stunt was an attempt to break a record set by Australian biker Robbie Madison in 2008, and the jump would have been equivalent to jumping an American football field from goalpost to goalpost. Alex crashed into the top edge of the dirt landing ramp and was thrown from his bike, flying 20 feet into the air and losing his helmet. This was after slamming into his handlebars chest first. It took about 2.5 minutes after the crash before emergency medical techs reached him. The exact cause of death was released in June. Alex Harvill sustained blunt force trauma to the torso, which led to his death, and the impact from the handlebars on the motorbike was likely the cause. His death echoed through the motocross and stunt communities not only because of its suddenness, but because of who Alex was, a rising star who combined passion, expertise, and humility in a sport defined by extremes and sometimes death. Alex Harvill left behind a family, including a wife and young children, as well as a fan base that admired not just his skill, but his character. Tributes from riders, fans, and stunt professionals described him as grounded, respectful, and deeply dedicated to his craft. For many, Alex represented a new generation of daredevils, one that fused modern training discipline with old-school bravery. If you like videos like these, extreme true crime, coverage of gore, and other things like that, you should hit subscribe if you have not already. You can also go into the description to find all my premium content as well as uncensored content. Join the Discord today and you can chat with me. Stay safe out there, and remember, if it bleeds, it leads.